Good evening, everyone. Please confirm me if my voice is audible. Okay, fine. Let's start. So yesterday we have skipped a question based on the simple and compound interest topic. So today let me explain the concept of simple and compound interest. Then we will solve these questions. So let me tell you first of all what is simple interest model and compound interest model. First, let us talk about simple interest model. In simple interest, there are few things which you have to remember: principal, rate of interest, time, amount. What is amount? Amount is nothing but whatever principal you have deposited in a bank and what interest you're receiving. What is amount? Amount is nothing but the principal which you deposited plus what interest you received. So for logics, always take principal as 100 percentage. Always take principal as 100 percentage. Amount will become 100 plus that interest percentage, whatever interest they are calculating. How to find that interest percentage? Interest percentage, nothing but R into T. Interest percent, nothing but R into T. Okay. Remember, principal always in simple interest will be 100 percentage only. Amount will be principal plus interest. So 100 plus percentage. What is that interest percentage? Percentage can be calculated by R into T. Now see this model. Amit took some loan from Akash for 2 years. So there is a person who took a amount from Akash for 2 years at the rate of 5% per annum. At the rate of 5% per annum. After 2 years, he gave back 6,600. That means 6,600 is the amount value. And what is amount? Amount is the total amount what you're returning, which includes the principal plus interest, 6,600, and completed the payment of his loan. Find the interest paid by him. Okay. First of all, I always told you in simple interest, principal is considered as 100 percentage. What is amount here? 100 plus interest percentage. What is interest percentage? I equal to 2 into 5, 10 percentage. That means 10 percentage. So this amount is equal to 6,600. That means 110 percentage is 6,600. They're asking find the interest paid. Interest how much paid? I is 10 percentage. You just need to find 10 percentage value. Cross multiplication. 6,600 into 10 by 100. Answer 600 rupees. I repeat, principal always in simple interest is considered as 100 percentage. Principal always is considered as 100 percentage. Amount is nothing but what is the principal deposited plus extra interest, how much you're getting. That extra interest percentage can be calculated by multiplying the rate of interest and time. In this question, they told is returning 6,600. Returning means that 6,600 is the amount value. So that amount will be 100 plus 10. 110 percentage is equivalent to 6,600. Then what will be 10% value? If the question is find the principal, then I will not find 10% value. I will find 100% value. If 110% is 6,600, then what will be 100% value? Then you will get principal answer. But here they're not asking principal, they're only asking interest value. So just find 10% value. It's not divided by 110. Oh, sorry. Divided by 110. Sorry. If 110% is 6,600, what will be 10% value? So just do cross multiplication, 6,600 into 10 upon 110. If the same question, if they ask you principal value, then 110 equal to 6,600. What will be 100 value? Cross multiply. 6,600 into 100 by 110. 6,000. This is the model of simple interest, and this logic can be used in any question of simple interest. That is, amount will be 100 plus interest percentage, and principal will be always 100 percentage. Use anywhere. And I percentage is calculated as RT, that is R into T. These three logics is enough to solve any simple interest problems. Moving to the next question. Again, simple interest. So how do you know whether it's simple or compound interest? If it is not mentioned in the question, it is simple. If it is mentioned, then go as per the question. If any question of default, default always will be simple interest. A sum becomes two times in 5 years at a certain rate of interest. Find the time in which the same amount will become eight times. Okay. So basically, theoretically, what is the formula of simple interest? I equal to PTR by 100. This is the basic formula of simple interest. Let's take, imagine principal is 100 rupees, time 5 years. They're telling a sum is becoming two times. Means amount is becoming two times of 100, 200 at a certain rate of interest. Find the time in which same amount will become eight times. So what is interest? If amount is equal to P plus I, then I equal to A minus P. So 200 minus 100, I equal to 100. So use this formula, I value 100, principal 100, time 5, R I don't know, upon 100. Cancel. R equal to 100 by 5, 20 percentage. Now use this R value, principal 100, time we need to find, and they're asking amount should be eight times. Eight times means 800. Then interest will become A minus B 700. Now again substitute 700 equal to principal 100, time we don't know, R20 which we calculated 500. This got cancelled. T equal to 700 by 20, 35 years. First, what I have done, I assumed principal as 100, then amount becomes 200. Time given 5 years. I used the formula, I calculated the R value. Now using the R value, P100, now they're asking amount should become eight times, that is 800, then interest will be 700. Because in that 800, if principal is 100, remaining interest is 700. Then how many years it will take? I substituted all the value. I calculated T as 700 by 20, 35 years. But you can see how lengthy is problem. Now the same thing we can do in a short version also. First, if anyone is noting down, please note it down. Then I'll give you the logic version also of this problem. Now come to logic. If sum becomes two times, whatever number given, two times, eight times, always take one less than that. So two times, two minus one time. So one time taken 5 years. Eight minus one, seven times, how much time? Cross multiply. Five into seven by one, 35. How is the shortcut? One step, simple answer. Just remember for this shortcut, whatever question is telling, two times, three times, nine times, 10 times, you should not take the same. You have to take one less than that given. So one time is given as 5 years, then seven times how much? Those who did not understood, I'll give one more question. You tell me. If sum becomes three times in 12 years, in how many years it becomes 10 times? Find this answer. 54. Let's check the answer. Sum becomes 3 times. So you have to write 2 times. 2 times 12 years. 10 times means 9 times. So 12 into 9 by 2, 54. Correct answer. All of you clear with this concept? Moving forward to the next one. A sum of money placed at compound interest doubles itself in 15 years. Now this is in compound interest. So basically what is compound interest formula? Compound interest nothing but A equal to P 1 plus R by 100 to the power of time. So to find the amount received in a compound interest, principal into 1 plus R by 100 to the power of time. So they're telling that a sum of money placed at compound interest doubles itself in 15 years. In how many years? It becomes 8 times. Let's take principal 100, amount becomes double 200 times 15. So using these three values, let us find R value. Or let us check how to do this question. So first scenario, 200 equal to 100 into 1 plus R by 100 to the power of 15. 200 by 100 equal to 1 plus R by 100 to the power of 15. So 2 equal to 1 plus R by 100 to the power of 15. Take it as equation 1. That's the second equation. Now they're telling if principal is 100, then it should becomes 8 times. That is 800 and find the time. Okay. Let's take amount as 800 equal to 100, 1 plus R by 100 to the power of T. 8 equal to 1 plus R by 100 to the power of T. 8 I can write as 2 to the power of 3 equal to 1 plus R by 100 to the power of T. Now imagine these both equation guys, the left hand side are both side are same numbers. Can I substitute the right hand side value? So completely using these two equations to compare. So this entire value is nothing but to the power of 3. So I can write it that 1 plus R100 15 to the power of 3. And 15 into 3, it becomes 45 years. So 8 times is possible in 45 years. I understand it's a bit confusing because long methods, lengthy methods will be confusing only. Okay, I just used it the formula and I converted the answer. But yes, there will be shortcut for this problem also. So shortcut for this, first of all, they're telling 15 years took to make it 2 times. How many years for 8 times? You need to write this number using as 2 as a base. 8 can be written as 2 power of 3. Multiply this power with 15. Answer 45. Suppose the question, I'll give you one example. Sum becomes 3 times in 8 years. In how many years it becomes 9 times? Tell me the answer. Very good. So 3 times taking 8 years. 9 times. How many years? 9 should be written using 3. 3 square. These two should be multiplied with 8. 16 years. So these are the concepts of simple and compound interest. I think 71, 72 both are completed, right? Anyone please confirm me? Yesterday, I remember I've done 71, 72 also. Okay, data interpretation. Data interpretation will always come in data interpretation. Please increase the speed. Sorry, Mr. Manisha. 2 days back, someone told me like I'm going very fast. I need to be very slow. No, again, you're asking to be speed. Okay, I'll try to control average speed. Data interpretation. Data interpretation will be exactly coming in advanced sections. Why advanced sections? Because these are time-taking problems, and obviously they will ask you in advanced sections where there is little more time and where are high-level problems. So data interpretation will be coming in advanced section only. All of you quickly note down these questions. Check it. There will be 4 questions for this two diagrams. It's already written on the top 73, 74, 75, 76. So there will be 4 questions. Okay. Distribution of candidates who were enrolled for MBA entrance exam and the candidates out of these who passed the exam. That means the first pie chart shows you how many candidates enrolled, 8,500, divided into different categories. Out of 8,500, the one who passed is 5,700. That is also divided into different colleges. So before we solve these values, let's go to the first question. Let's see the question first, then we'll solve it. What percentage of candidate passed the exam from Institute T out of the total number of candidates enrolled from the same institute? So they're asking that what percentage of the candidates who passed from Institute T. So pass from T and enroll from T. Percentage means into 100. So how many passed from T? T passed is 9% of 5,700 by T enrolled is 8% of 8,550 into 100. Remember here, what to do, how to calculation in this type of problems which are lengthy. Now, in this question, when there are two pie charts and both pie charts have two different total, that means whenever you do some calculation, you'll be getting these two in the same calculation. So for safety, first complete the calculation of 5,700 by 8,550. First to complete this calculation. Both can be divisible by 3, that is 190, 285, 2 by 3. That means 9 by 8 into 2 into 3, 18 by 27. 18 by 27, how much? 6, 3, 6 ja, 9 ja. 2, sorry, 24. 18 by 24 is nothing but 6 2 ja, 6 3, 6 4 ja. So 3 by 4 into 100. Let me do it one more time. First of all, 9% of Am I audible now? Am I audible? Okay. So please check the first question. Anyone want to repeat the first question again? Anyone want me to 9 into 2? Okay, listen, guys. They're asking what percent. Okay, wait, I'm repeating. What percentage of students who pass it from Institute 2 upon what percentage of students enrolled in T? Okay. So, how many from the diagram? From the diagram, from T, how many people passed in T? 9 out of 5,700. So 9 percentage of 5,700 upon 8 percentage from T. How many enrolled? 8 percentage of 8,550. So this calculation I'm doing. So how I have this calculation? First, I simplified this 5,700, 8,500, which I got 2 by 3. That is easy for simplification. Now, percentage will be cancelled. So 9 into 2, 8 into 3 into 100 will become 18 by 24. And 18 by 24 is nothing but 3/4. That is 75 percentage. First one done, guys. Can we move to the second question? Second, which institute has the highest percentage of candidate passed to the candidates enrolled? Oh God. See, very difficult, very long answer. First, let us start with each school. X. How many people X passed? X passed how much? 12 percentage. So 12 percentage of 5,700 upon X enrolled 16 percentage of 8 X. Next P 22 percentage of 5,700 upon 18 percentage of 8,550. Next come Q 15 percentage of 5,700 upon 17 percentage of 8,550. Voice problem again. Okay. So Q after Q R 10 percentage of R is how much? 13. 13 percentage of 5,700 by R 10 percentage of 8,550. Next come S. S is 16 percentage of pass upon S 17 percentage of 8,550. T 9 percentage of 5,700 upon 8 percentage of 8,550. Last one V 15 percentage of 5,700 upon 12 percentage of 8,550. Don't worry guys, in any exam we'll never do so many calculation to find. So to find whether which one is highest, there will be shortcuts. Okay. What happened as you taken x 12 by 16 now? 12 by 16. First you have to take percentage of which is their pass. First pass people upon enroll people. For P what I have done? Achha, sorry. P18 should come. Okay. No, that's my mistake. Okay. So this is so many answers. 100% exam we cannot calculate so many answers. Obviously now we cannot calculate so many answers. So what is the shortcut? Now come to the shortcut. First, how to find which is the highest? Select those answers where you have numerator bigger number, denominator smaller number. Which institutes you will select? Where numerator is bigger, denominator smaller. Tell me so that we can eliminate the remaining.
Numerator bigger, denominator smaller. That means don't need to calculate. Just see these numbers, starting number 12, 16, 18, 22. Where numerator should be bigger, denominator should be smaller. So X eliminated, P eliminated, Q eliminated, R maybe, S eliminated, T yes, V S. Clear now? So far understood or not? Out of these three, out of these three, you just need to calculate only these three answers. But whereas in the previous question, you already know T answer as 75%. You just need to do two calculations, that is one R answer, one V answer. Remaining nothing required. Q also. No, Q is 15 by 17 now. I told numerator bigger, denominator smaller. How come Q? अच्छा Q 17 by 15 now. Sorry. Correct. 17 by 15. So you have only one Q R V. Only these answers. Now how to do this calculation? That also I'll tell you. So Q R T V. We have only four answers. Q R T V. Now how to do these four answers? Just see. Q. Remember biggest fraction whenever they ask you, numerator should be bigger, denominator should be smaller. 17 by 15. R 13 by 10, T 9 by 8, V 15 by 12. Now already we calculated in the previous one that the remaining value is nothing but 2 by 3. So what is 17 into 2? 34 by 45, 26 by 30, 18 by 24, 30 by 36. So far we reached this phase. 18 by 24 is already we know it is 75%. Oh, sorry. Q 15 by 17 into 2 by 3, which is 30 by Q is 17 by 15 into 2 by 3, 34 by 45. T 9 into 2 by 8 into 3, which is 18 by 24. R 13 by 10 into 2 by 3, which is 26 by 30. Next, which is the last one? Which is one more? V. 15 by 12 into 2 by 3, which is 30 by 36. Right? Just tell me which fraction numerator denominator has the smallest difference. Now tell me out of these four values, which has the smallest difference between numerator and denominator? R, and that's your answer. Afterwards, you can, with calculator, you can check all the answers. Exactly percentages you can calculate, you can verify. First, listen, out of so many calculations, how to find which is the biggest one. Point number one, you only consider those numbers where numerator is bigger, denominator smaller. If you have 2, 3, 4 options, out of that, which will be the highest number, difference between the numerator and denominator should be the smallest one, will give the highest answer. If they ask you lowest answer, do the same entire process in reverse way. All of you clear with second one now? Clear with second question, guys? So this one answer, R. 26 by 30 into 100, you will get something 86.67, which has the highest percentage. Out of all the four fractions, whichever fraction numerator and denominator difference is smallest number, difference between 26 and 30 is only 4. Whichever is the smallest difference, that will have the highest value. Now understood? Because 26 and 30 difference 4. Check all the remaining fractions. The differences are more than 4. Okay. Third question. The number of candidates passed from Institute S. The number of candidates passed from Institute S and P together exceeds the number of candidates enrolled from Institute T and R together by what? Okay, they're asking the difference of S and P percentage of pass. S and P pass percent. S and P passed. S how much? 16. P how much? 18. 16 plus 18, 16 percentage plus 18 percentage of 5700 minus exceeds the number of candidates enrolled from T and R. Enrolled of T and R. T8, R10 of 8500. So 34 percentage of 5700 minus 18 percentage of 8500. You need to calculate this answer. No doubt. 34 into 57 minus 18 into 85. You have to calculate this answer. So 1938 minus 1539, 399. Oh, sorry. So they're asking the difference between the candidates of S and P of pass minus T and R enrolled. What is the percentage of candidate passed to the what is the percentage of candidate passed to the candidates enrolled for Institute Q and R together? Candidate passed from Q and R. Q and R, Q and R pass how much? Q and R. Q is 17, R 13. So 17 plus 13 of 5700. What is the percentage passed to the candidates enrolled for Institute Q and R together? Upon into 100. Q and R enrolled. Q and R 15 plus 10 of 8550. Already I told you 17 plus 10, 30 into 5700 can be written as 2 and 25 into 3 into 100. 60 divided by 75 into 100, which is nothing but 4 by 5, 80 percentage. Yeah, Manvita, it is not 18 to 85. I've done a calculation mistake. Actually, it is 5 now. So it is not 18 to 85. So the 100 cannot be cancelled. You need to simplify the question. After simplifying, you'll get 1938 and 1539. Let's move to the next one, guys. We have done very few questions today. The next one is also data interpretation. Okay. I think just a moment. I think this table is wrong. This table and this question is not suitable. These are marks, and here it is population. I think there is a mismatch, some problem. Just leave this next data interpretation. We'll do it tomorrow's class because here the questions are related to population, but here the everything related to mass of maths, physics, chemistry. So just I'm skipping these questions. We'll do it again later. Up to 80, I'm skipping 78, 17, and 80. I will do it tomorrow. I'll check that original questions. 81, I think we have done blood relation yesterday. 81 over. I think then better 82 is also over. 83, I think a lot of people did not understood because it is a new topic, mixture allegation. So I'm repeating one more time, 83. So mixture allegation, there is a concept when you mix, when two products are mixed. So what is the concept? When two products are mixed, what is the concept? We use profit and loss method of two products. Okay, profit and loss method. How many liters of 90% of concentrated acid? So the actually question is that there is a solution of 90 percentage. They are adding this solution with another solution, which is 75 percentage. From this, some liters has been taken. Let's take X liters from first one and Y liters from the second one. They made another container, which is 78 percentage. This container had 30 liters of solution. This 30 is made by X and Y only. So they're asking the value of X. So how to find in the first box, right? First acid is 90 percentage, second acid is 75 percentage. At 78% will come in the middle. This box will be difference between these two values, difference 12. This box will be the difference between 78 and 75, 3. The ratio of 3 and 12 is 1 is to 4. This defines that the total 30 liters, one part taken from the first container, four parts taken from the next container. That means this is 6 liters and this is 24 liters. This is the meaning of the ratio. 1 liter is taken from the first acid and 24 liters taken from the next acid. I hope now it's clear than yesterday. Why we taking X, Y? We are not taking X and Y. I'm assuming that X liters taken from 90 percentage, Y liters taken from 75, 78 percentage. And those liters has been added in another solution, which is 78 percentage concentric, which includes 30 liters. So these 30 liters has been made, taking some amount from the first container, taking some amount from second container. How much amount you have taken? That is what they're asking. Next. Mary purchased a canning jar with a juice with a jar with juice with a capacity of 30 liters. So this juice has 30 liters capacity. 3 liters of juice has been removed from 30. 3 liters removed, remaining 27. And filled with water. So whenever they fill with water, now they cannot change the quantity because the capacity cannot be changed. So again, they added 3 liters water. Okay. This procedure was performed 2 more times. Okay. Now this problem is called replacement, guys. Replacement. Replacement means you remove something, you adding something else without changing the quantity. Now what is the problem? First time when you do 27 liter juice remaining, water 3 liter remaining. Now this is a mixture. Now this is a mixture of juice and water. Second time, you cannot remove 3 liter juice because juice cannot be separated. Some juice, some water, both will come out. Third time, again, some juice, some water, both will come out. Finally, they're asking how much juice left. So this cannot be done by step process. This has one method, direct method. A into 1 minus B by 8 to the power of n. A, initial quantity, initial value. B, replacement value. N, number of times. So what is initial value? Initially, how much capacity was there? Initially was 30 liters. A into 1 minus B by 8 to the power of n. A, initial value. B, replacement. N, number of times. Initially 30-liter capacity. How much removed? 3 removed by 30. How many times you have done? First time they removed 3 liter and added water. And again perform 2 more times. 2 more times is total 3 times. So answer 21.87. That means out of 30 liters of initial juice, after replacing 3 times, the finally juice left is 21.87 liters out of 30, and the remaining value will be water left. Next, again, simple interest. A sum of money at simple interest amounts to 1260. So amount is 1260, 2 years. And 1350. The same principal also giving 1350 in 5 years. Find R. Okay. See, understand the question. First, he will get in 2 years 1260, in 5 years 1350. In both the case, principal is same. That means, tell me what does this 2 years includes? This 2 years includes principal plus interest for 2 years. This include principal plus interest for 5 years. If I subtract both, that is 1350 minus 1260. Principal cancel. I will get interest for 3 years. So what is interest I'm getting for 3 years? 90. So for 3 years, interest is 90 rupees. For 1 year, interest will become 30 rupees. So this is the interest for every year, interest is 30 rupees. Now in the first one, 1260 includes 2 years interest plus principal. So 1260 includes principal plus 2 years of interest. Can also write that P plus 60 rupees and principal will become 1200 rupees. If principal is 1200 and interest is 30, rate of interest is nothing but what interest you calculating on principal into 100. So 30 by 1200 into 100, 1 by 4th, 25%. Let me do it properly. Amount 1260, which includes principal plus interest for 2 years. Another amount 1350, which include the same principal but interest for 5 years. If I take the difference between them, I'm getting 90 PP cancel interest for 3 years. So interest for 1 year will be 90 by 3, 30 rupees. This 1260 includes principal plus 2 years interest. 2 years interest means 60 rupees. Then principal will become 1200. What is R? Rate of interest means what interest you calculating on the original principal in terms of 100. So 10 by 4, it is 2.5 percentage, not 25. I have explained one more time. Now, please, now check if you can understand or not. He is getting 1216 2 years, and with the, for the same principal is getting 1315 5 years. So both the common is principal plus 2 years interest. Next one principal plus 5 years interest. So I have taken the difference. If I take the difference, I'll get 90 rupees, which is the interest of 3 years. For 1 year, 30 rupees. So in the 1260, it includes 2 years interest. So 60 rupees. Principal will become 1260 minus 60, 1200. Find rate of interest. Rate of interest are 30 by what interest you calculating on principal with respect to 100. You try this question. 815 becomes in 3 years. 854 becomes in 5 years. Tell me principal and rate of interest. 815 in 3 years, 854 in 4 years. Sorry, 4. Anybody answer? What is the principal first of all? Principal 770. No. See guys, 815 includes principal plus interest for 3 years. 854 includes principal plus interest for 4 years. Take the difference. 39 interest for 1 year. If interest for 1 year is 39, how to find principal? In this, what is the interest for 3 years? 39 into 3, 117. What will be principal? 815 minus 117, 698. R, interest for 1 year, 39 rupees. Calculated on a principal of 698 into 100, approximately 2%. All of you clear with this problem? Guys, one morning sunrise, shadow questions. Remember shadow questions? Shadow always falls on west. Okay? Shadow always falls on west. One morning after sunrise, Suresh was standing facing a pole. Facing a pole. So Suresh and the pole are opposite to each other. The shadow of the pole fell exactly to right. Right means who's right? Suresh right. So shadow is Suresh right. That means this right should be west because shadow always falls on west. So if Suresh right is west, left, east, which direction Suresh is facing? South or north? I can't explain in diagram, so please try to understand it analytically and tell me. If Suresh right side is west, left side is east, then Suresh faces towards north or south. Is he looking down or is he looking up? He will look down. If you look down, then only your right becomes west. Down means south. Shadow always falls on right, guys. Okay, right side. Where shadow always falls on west. In this question, they're telling the shadow fall on the right side. That means Suresh right is west. That means if Suresh right is west, Suresh is looking down. Then only this part will be right, this part will be left. You cannot understand from the diagram. You need to imagine, think. If your right is west, left is east, that means your face is down. Down means you're facing towards south. Next, data sufficiency. Please understand one of the important topic in reasoning, data sufficiency. Data sufficiency, they'll give you 5 options. What is data sufficiency? I'll tell you. For there will be one question. For one question, they'll give you two statements, S1 and S2. In this topic, they'll give you two statements, statement 1, statement 2. Today, I'm going to explain you only first two questions, and I will give you a practice for the next three questions. Tomorrow, all of you will solve the remaining three questions. We'll take the picture of this. I'll show you. Out of 5 questions, I will do it first two. Remaining three will tell me answers tomorrow. So there will be a question. For every question, to solve that question, they'll give you two statements. You need to tell which statement is enough to answer the question. If statement 1 is enough, option A is correct. But if statement 1 is enough, statement 2 should not be enough. Then only A is correct. I repeat, statement 1 should be individually enough, but statement 2 should not be sufficient to answer the question. If statement 2 is sufficient and statement 1 is not sufficient, then choice B. If statement 1 or statement 2 both individually enough, that is either case, either S1 or S2 sufficient, then C. D. Statement 1, statement 2 both depend on each other. Individually cannot find answer, depend on each other. Then choice D. E. Even you combine both the statements, you're not able to find the answer of the question. Everyone take a screenshot of these 5 options so that you will answer the question depending on these 5 options. I repeat one more time. For every question, they'll give you two statements. You need to tell which statement is sufficient to answer the question. If statement 1 is sufficient, but statement 2 is not sufficient, then only option A. Reverse. If statement 1 not sufficient, 2 sufficient, then B. If statement 1 or statement 2, individually any one is enough. Both are not depending on each other. Individually, they can tell the answer. C. D. Both has to be combined. That means one depends on two, two depends on one. Then choice D. E. Even after combining both, you cannot find the conclusion. You cannot find the answer E. I hope all of you have taken the screenshot of this option A to E. Which one went to be selected? Let's go to the questions now. So I'll do the first two, you have to do the remaining three. In a class of 50 students, how many students drink neither coffee nor tea? They told that there are 50 people in a class, but how many drink neither coffee nor tea? First statement, 40 students take at least one of the two. So there are 40 people who drink any one drinks, either they drink coffee or tea, any one of the two. Second statement, 15 students drink both tea and coffee. Tell me, according to you, which statement is enough to answer the question? If both, then tell me D. So tell me your answer out of A, B, C, D, E. If you're selecting A, that means answer is sufficient using only first statement. B means only using second. C using any one of these two. D using both. E cannot be found. What do you think? In a class of 50 students, how many drink neither coffee nor tea? First one, 40 people drink at least one of the two. 50. B means only using second one. If we use only 15, 15 people drink both, but they're asking how many people drink neither. Drink should not drink both. Bibhuti, if your answer is B, then what is the answer of the question? Out of 50, how many people don't drink both? Can you predict the answer? If you can predict only using second, then only your answer correct. What is the value you will get them? Some people telling D, some people telling E. Okay, my answer is A. 40 people take at least one of the two. That means there are 40 people who drink. Remaining 10 people not drinking, na answer over, na. Using first statement is enough, right? Option A. Out of 50, 40 drinking, automatically 10 are not drinking. That's all, na. Answer A. See, you also need to calculate the value. Then only you will have a justification why that option is correct. Everyone understood? First question, why A is correct? In the question already they told there are 50 people. First statement they're telling that there are 40 people who drink at least one of the two. Automatically there are 10 people who don't drink. So I can easily answer. And D also correct. D means if you combine both, you can create a Venn diagram. If you combine both, you can create a Venn diagram. But why I will go for D when my answer is enough with only with one statement? What is the need of going for two statements? Sufficient means if you can do with one statement, what is the need of doing using two statements? Next, is the year Y a leap year? Is the year Y a leap year? So a leap year is decided not only dividing by 4. There is a situation. If it is a non-century, then it should be divisible by 4. But if it is a century, it should be divisible by 400. Here, Y I don't know. So first statement, Y divisible by 4. This is possible if it is a non-century, but not possible if it is a century. Because every century, even the divisible by 4, it's not a leap year. Second, why is a century? Every century is not a leap year. Every century is not a leap year until unless it is not divisible by 400. So this statement completely depends on the values of y. This statement completely depends value of y. We cannot predict the answer E. We cannot predict the answer because it depends on the value of y. For some cases it is possible, for some cases it won't be possible. Clear all of you? Please take the screenshot of the next 3 questions, which we'll do as a practice for tomorrow's class. Please take the screenshots. Question number 3, 4, 5, 89, 90, 91. And we'll continue in the tomorrow's session. Aptitude class will be closed in another 2 days. Aptitude class will be closed in another 2 days. After that, coding class will start. Question number 89 taken. 90. Oh, sorry. Only two. Oh, sorry, only two are there. Please do only two questions. 89, 89, 90. Only two are there. The next one is a different question. We'll discuss tomorrow. Thank you guys. We'll see you in tomorrow's class.